The Heinkel He 112 was a German fighter aircraft developed in the mid-1930s by the Heinkel Company, led by designers Walter and Siegfried Günter. It was designed as part of the Luftwaffe's call for a new fighter to replace the biplane models then in use. The He 112 was one of 4 prototypes submitted, ultimately losing out to the Messerschmitt Bf 109, which became the Luftwaffe's primary fighter throughout World War II. One notable variant of the He 112 was the He 112R, which was used for early rocket propulsion experiments. In 1931, the Army Weapons Office testing ground at Kummersdorf had taken over research into liquid fuel rockets. In 1932, Werner von Braun designed a rocket of this kind that used high-percentage spirit and liquid oxygen, with which he conducted the first experiments. In 1934, he fired his second rocket type, the A-2, from the North Sea island of Borkum. Having completed the program of experiments, von Braun was interested in evaluating an aircraft with a rocket motor propulsion system. For this, he needed an aircraft and support team. Initially, the highest levels of the Army High Command and the Reich Air Ministry were opposed to such fantasies, as they called them. Many technicians and academic experts in aeronautics believed that an aircraft driven by a tail thrust would experience a change in the center of gravity and flip over. Very few believed otherwise, but one of them was Ernst Heinkel. Following his offer of unhesitating support, Heinkel placed at von Braun's disposal an He 112 fuselage shell without wings for the standing tests. By 1936, von Braun had advanced far enough to begin trials. A great tongue of flame from the rocket motor roared through the fuselage tail to set up the back thrust. Late in 1936, Erich Warsitz was seconded by the Reich Air Ministry to Werner von Braun and Ernst Heinkel because he was recognized as one of the most experienced test pilots of the time and was also technically proficient. The Reich Air Ministry agreed to lend Neuhardenberg, a large field about 70 kilometers east of Berlin, listed as a reserve airfield in the event of war. Since Neuhardenberg had no buildings or facilities, a number of marquees were erected to house the aircraft. In the spring of 1937, the Kummersdorf Club transferred to Neuhardenberg and continued the standing trials with the He 112 fuselage. In June 1937, Erich Warsitz undertook the initial flight testing of the He 112 fitted with von Braun's rocket engine. Despite the wheels-up landing and having the fuselage on fire, it proved to official circles that an aircraft could be flown satisfactorily with a back-thrust system through the rear. The firm of Hellmuth Walter in Kiel had been commissioned by the Reich Air Ministry to build a rocket engine for the He 112, so there were 2 different new rocket motor designs at Neuhardenberg. Whereas von Braun's engines were powered by alcohol and liquid oxygen, Walter engines used hydrogen peroxide and calcium permanganate as a catalyst. Von Braun's engine used direct combustion and created fire. The Walter engine produced hot vapor from a chemical reaction, but both created thrust and provided high speed. The subsequent flights with the He 112 used the Walter rocket instead of von Braun's. It was more reliable, simpler to operate, and the dangers to test pilot Erich Warsitz and the machine were less. After the conclusion of the He 112 tests, using both rocket motors, the marquees at Neuhardenberg were dismantled at the end of 1937.
Subscribe to Strategic Chronicles